What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's Apex Predator here, bringing you round 7 of Season 2's Manufacturers Championship. So, bit of controversy in this one. I'm just going to zoom this in here. This was on Tidgeney's stream after this race. And look at this comment from RC Freak. Yo, Apex. I saw that race at Nurburgring GP. That move from Toby was bullshit. And then you can have a little look what I was saying. But, yeah, so the guy who stuck it on pole, this Toby Thunder, had a right go at me after this race, saying F you and oh blah blah blah, I put Predator 2, you're really unfair, blah 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 blah, like proper like really going off on it at me, and I was like, dude, like save the I always say this whenever anyone has a go at me, because I do make such an effort to race clean. I'm usually, unless I have made a mistake, in which case I apologise, but when someone's, you know, hailing abuse at me like this after a race, and I know that I race clean and I've done nothing wrong, just save the replay. And I advise all you lot to do that as well. If anyone's giving you grief after a race, and you're pretty confident you've done nothing wrong, just tell them to save the replay and piss off, basically. Because it gets to me, that sort of thing, you know. I don't need this sort of stuff. I don't need someone giving me grief. So there he is on P1, the Merc. I love this intro track. I don't need to credit it, which is weird, but the track's called Mission Start. I can't remember who they're called now. Something The Brothers or something like that. I'll dig it out and credit it properly, because yeah, it's a little banger, I think. Anyway, here we are on P3. Pretty poor quality, but we dipped into the 204, so I was alright with that. But yeah, for a, you know, license-free track, I think it's a bit of a banger, this. Anyway, into the race. Ferrari is quick off the line. So, I think the incident he gets angry about is turn 1, so make sure you're paying attention here. Little shove from the Spaniard who tries to take advantage from, I think he started 4th, so he tries to go 4th to 1st and does it. We tried to hug the inside, but just because of the visibility of the car in front, wasn't quite too sure where I was. Dipped a wheel on the grass, it puts a bit wide. I purposely run deep here because I know this guy's looking up the inside. He tries to push his way through, and kind of manages it around the outside, so there he goes with his penalty. Now, let's go back and watch it again. So I think the guy in P2 runs it too hot, or yeah, so there's a bit of contact. Spaniard tries to capitalise, gives me the squeeze, so I try to cover the inside here. The German's going to look up the inside anyway. I purposely run deep because I know he's there, so I don't know what he's really expecting to happen here. He's trying to just bully his way past, I think, but I'm not really going to have anything of it, although he does get the position. So back on board with us, so we're down to 4th, he's up into 3rd, although he was pole sitter, remember. And that Spaniard's had a great start, hasn't he? Which is what I was looking to do, really, but just got the squeeze. Anyway, so we're penalty free. The German's got a penalty now. That comment that I showed you, RC Freak was saying that it was a 10-second penalty he got. I'm not 100% sure if that would have been for maybe a little bit of a contact between him and P2 who hit him out of turn 1, or if it was just him running wide when he was trying to go around the outside of me, or if it's a combination of a few of those things, but I can't be sure. But all I can be sure of is that he's got a 10-second penalty at this point, and he's really not happy about it, and he's looking to blame me for it. So that's really the main reason that I'm going to just upload this whole race. I was going to edit this one, but I don't want to now because I'm worried that if I edit it, maybe he'll go, oh, well, you edited it, you know, you edited the bit where you hit me or whatever. So I'm just going to show the whole thing. Now watch what happens here. Ghosts, look, he's slowing Ghost, and yeah, I've hit him there, but I don't know what he's doing, so hold on. So look, he's ghosted, and I'm thinking, if I continue where I'm going to go, because he's unghosted now, look, I'm going to go straight into the back of him. So I've had to go up the inside here, which isn't where I'd normally want to be doing, and then he's gone and tried to turn in, but I mean, I'm just trying to avoid him there, really. But, you know, what can you do? Alright, so we'll crack on. Plenty of racing still to come. But yeah, it was nice of RC Freak to mention that in Tisney's stream, that you know he saw the race and yeah, it was bullshit, because stuff like that, you know, when someone's yelling abuse at you after a race, it does sort of play on your mind a little bit. So I don't know how, I don't remember seeing RC Freak in this race, so I'm not too sure how he's seen it. But I mean, I guess that VP Toby Thunder must have been just going off about it after the race so much that I don't know, they were talking about it in another lobby or something, so they went and watched it. But I mean, I'm pleased that he's watched it and he's pretty confident that it's not my fault as well, so that's good. And like I say, you know, I know that I go out of my way to be clean, so like I say, when you got someone yelling abuse at you like that after the race, just tell them to save the replay and leave it at that, really. There's no point trying to go into a back and forth with them, because it's never going to go anywhere. And I can understand a little bit his frustration as well. You know, he was P1, wasn't he? Someone hit him out of the way. I think it was the guy in P2. And then I guess he just sort of expected he could just push his way back into P1. So yeah, I mean, I can understand his frustrations, but there's no need to be such an asshole after the race, but never mind. Anyway, P3 at the moment. We do have a slight penalty. That will be for track abuse. It's either curbing the last chicane or running a bit too wide on the exit of turn 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it was for the exit of turn 4, I can't be sure, but it's only like a half-second penalty, so it's not too bad. This is the third time I'm trying to record this commentary as well. The first time it messed up, I don't know what happened to it. Second time I sort of ended up in the editing process losing some bits, and I just couldn't get what I had kept to line up with the video, so I can't remember. I don't want to say something and I've already said it at some other point in the video, but I can't quite remember what I'd said the first 2 times I was doing this, so we're just going to watch it, and yeah, whatever comes to mind we can talk about. But like I said, I was going to edit a bit of this down, but because I've been accused of being a dirty driver, I feel like I can't now. You know, I just have to upload the whole thing for fear of him saying that I've edited out where I've been dirty. You know, so I've got no choice now. I just got to upload the whole thing. Which is a bit shitty, but so that's the internet. So these two are holding each other up a little bit, which is good for us. They're scrapping, we're not. So I should be able to purple sector there as well, that's good. Should be able to close this gap in. I'm not fuel saving as much as I should be. Tyre wear isn't a factor in Group 4 Ferrari, so looking pretty good. And yeah, I suppose you can see from the title of the video that, yeah, spoiler alert, I did throw this race away. So I did this manufacturer's race first before the Nations, and all I can remember of me binning it is I was thinking about dinner and I was like, right, I've got some frozen mince in the freezer. And my last thing I can remember thinking of is something about a green pepper, and then the next thing I remember, I'm in the gravel. So that happens, make sure you do stick around for that. But until that point, it was a pretty good race. So yeah, I'm very disappointed in myself for that. But it's just what happens when everything settles down and there's less of a race on, and it's just about sort of just going through the motions. I just sort of lose concentration, lose focus a little bit, and yeah, I hadn't really eaten all this, so I was really hungry. I was just thinking about food and distracting myself. So I made sure that I made that chili before the Nations race, which I'll upload tomorrow. Because yeah, I was going to do it straight after this, but yeah, by the time I made that mistake, and I realised, yeah, I just need to eat something, otherwise I'm just not going to be concentrating for that race either. So bit of a shame. Could have had a pretty good result in this lobby. Anyway, pressuring P3 here. I'm not really looking around the outside of this chicane. You're not going to get past there, but trying to just compromise him somewhere. Look, that's how I'd want to turn in for this corner. Compare that to lap 1. So what we're on lap 5. What can we do with the Spaniard? He's probably worn his tyres. Nice through there. He's wide there. That might be a penalty for him. Pretty sharp on the brakes. He's too wide there, so he's going to be too tight here. So looking to get a good exit. I'll check this. Show the intent. There's just a little bit of a gap. Just pry that door open. But crucially, careful on the brakes not to run in wide. Now, if I was the dirty driver that I'm being accused of, I think I would have ended up in P2 after that move. I would have just ended up going through, pushing my way through the inside and just running him a bit wide. But I didn't. I waited and we got him on the next corner. So, you know, I've got nothing to hide, I don't think. Let's go back and check that move from the outside, because it was quite sweet. So you can see he's too deep there, look. So he's too tight for this corner, which is the crucial one out of those couple, because you need to get a good exit. Otherwise you're going to be compromised down here. And sure enough, look, he tries to shut the door too late. But I don't run it too deep on the brakes, because I'm very cautious there not to make contact, because it's very narrow, very easy to run wide there, and I don't want to knock him off the track. Whereas, you know, as I've already said, if I was this dirty prick that I'm being accused of, I wouldn't have been that careful not to make contact there. And it doesn't matter, look, because we've got him on the next corner. So, alright, I ran it a bit deep on the brakes there, but just managed to cover it, and off we go. We got the position. So, yeah. You guys can see for yourselves, I don't need to say anything, I don't think. But I'm confident that I'm a clean driver. I make the odd mistake, but I don't think this race was one of them. Well, it was actually, as you can tell from the title, but what I mean is, I don't think the mistake was whatever he's accusing me of. I mean, I don't even know what he's accusing me of. He was saying F you and blah blah blah, you're not fair, dirty driver, blah blah blah. I was like, look dude, one, save the replay. And 2, what is it you're accusing me of? Because I said to him that turn 1, lap 1 wasn't me. And I was asking him, what is it you're accusing me of? And he just kept ranting at me, so what was that really? I left the lobby. None the wiser, don't know what I'm supposed to have done. As I say, watching this back with you guys, I can tell, I think it was in the lap 1 when he was serving that penalty on the way into that corner, because there was contact there, and I did sort of push him out of the way, but because I don't know what he's doing, you know. We've gone through that move, but I'm not going to discuss it further. Yeah, I don't think that's my fault. So anyway, he's pitted a lap early, because as you can see he's down. I can't even see him on that list now. I don't think that's a good move, because he's gone for the undercut, but he's going to end up in traffic for his out lap, so I can't see that really being that effective. This is my in lap now, lap 6, we're going to pit on lap 6. Guy in P1 stays out for an extra lap. I don't really know why, because it's not like he's being held up and people pit up in a lap 6, so he has a lap 7 in clean air. He's in clean air anyway. The only difference is he's going to be taking his tyres for an extra lap, so you can't lap as quickly on tyres that have done 7 laps as you can on tyres that haven't done any laps. So his lap 7 is going to be slower than it would be had he pitted on the end of lap 6. You know, it's just common sense. The only way staying out works really is if you get to avoid traffic. Yeah, I just don't see any advantages to doing this for him. I think if he pits on lap 6, he doesn't have to do that extra lap on worn tyres. I just think it's a faster race. But, I mean, who knows? Who knows? I'm not even sure what car he's in, to be honest. I think it's an Evo. But yeah, who knows? But I think it will be tight when he comes out of the pits. So in we go, end of stint 1. And yeah, pretty rubbish on fuel saving. Slight under fuel there, but that's fine because I wasn't really doing any fuel saving in stint 1, so I can easily save enough this stint that I need. Stay on the inside of the white line there, even though there's no cars behind, you still should. Now I need to make this out lap a good lap. P1's in the pits, look, 11 litres, not great on fuel saving, but he's done an extra lap. He's left the pits now, yeah, you can just see him. So he's ahead, but we're going to have some good momentum. We're going to gain on the brakes, look. So we've got about a second and a half gap. Let's see what we can do. Don't really need to be saving tyre. Got a slight bit of fuel saving that I need to do. And in the end I think we both end up just sort of managing the gap, but I can't quite push it 100% just because of the fuel. But I think even if I was, I think he's got enough pace in hand to manage the gap. A little bit of fuel saving there. I don't need to fuel save much, but just little bits here and there should be enough. love those corners. Just wish we didn't have so much understeer in the Ferrari. But still nice. Don't think I'm attacking this chicane enough on the brakes. But I don't think I'm attacking anywhere really enough on the brakes in the cars. But we'll go there. You see what I mean about this gap? It's pretty much staying the same. Not really managing to reel them in. Where's the angry German? Fourth. He's 5th at the moment, so his undercut hasn't really worked. Let's just see if he can make as many positions as we start finish if he was in the pits or anything. No. So he's 5th at the moment. That's probably my fault for some reason. But yeah, I don't think the undercut was a good idea. He's only going to be slow on the end of his stint anyway, isn't he? Because he's just going to have longer on the tyres, so I don't think he's got anything out of that really. Right, on to the penultimate lap. There's absolutely no pressure. I'm still trying to put pressure on P1, but I just can't quite get close enough. I do have that penalty, remember, as well, so even if I was behind him, I'd have the penalty to serve, so pretty much looking like we've got P2 here. That is until I start thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner. Oh dear. So yeah. Here we go. No problems here. I just take it a little bit too wide there and then overcorrect. And yeah, that's just a shame. That was an easy P2. And yeah, just totally my own fault. Just lack of concentration, too hungry, thinking about dinner. So the plan was to do the nations after this, but after that mistake I was like, oh, I'm going to have to get something to eat, so I went to the shop and bought the pepper that I was thinking about when I went in the gravel. Like I say, all I remember of that crash was it was all going well and I started thinking about the beef chili I was going to make for dinner, and then all I remember thinking about is something about green pepper, and then I was in the gravel. So little lesson, don't race hungry. So that's how I ended up watching Tidgeney's stream after this before the nations, and that's how I saw RC Freak's little comment to me that we put at the start of this video. So yeah, I ended up doing this race, making that chili. Well, I went to the shop, bought some pepper, made the chili, and then we were doing nations after having something to eat, so felt a bit better. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. This guy tries to have a little cheeky look on the last lap. I mean, after my mistake, I'm not really in the mood to fight anything too hard, but I mean, I would quite like my 7th place back, please, bro. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so that was my round 7 of the manufacturers. Not brilliant. I'm really annoyed at myself for being in that P2, but never mind. Yeah, some funny bickering afterwards. Well, I wish I'd have continued recording the race, to be honest, and could have seen his comments, but because I was so disappointed in myself for binning it, I just sort of cancelled the record after the points. I wasn't expecting anything either, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting to be getting called a dirty bastard and all this, but there you go. So yeah, not the best, but I think 7th, considering I went in the gravel, is probably not that bad really. But oh well. But thankfully, you only keep 4. So there's 8 rounds this season of both championships. But there are 4 dropped rounds as well. So what that means is you actually only end up needing to do half of the rounds, which is good because it's hard to fit these races in. You know, I mean, I didn't do last. I've missed 2 rounds now. I didn't do last Wednesday or Saturday just because I've been busy with friends. You know, especially in summer, it's difficult to fit all this stuff in. So I think it's nice that they give you 4 drop rounds. I need as many drop rounds as I can get, obviously, because I have stuff like this where I just make stupid mistakes. But there we go, guys. What can you do? That was my round 7 of the manufacturers. I hope you guys are all good. Let's just check out the points haul quickly. 7th confirmed. I think the Angry German finished 4th or 5th in the end. There we go, 1,000 points. Not amazing, but I wouldn't have got many more, I think, even if I had have held on to the 2nd, because the room wasn't that good. But there you go, guys. I hope you're all good, and I'll see you soon. Thanks, bye.